Skyrim lets you play as the mighty noble Dragonborn, saving the world from evil and becoming a hero. However, what is not so talked about are the evil deeds the game permits you to do. It may happen that you steal one sweet roll, get caught, tell the guards you'd rather die, and become a mass murderer who wiped out 7 cities. Things can escalate pretty quickly. But I am not talking about these types of acts, as everybody knows about them, and you can do them in pretty much any game. And no, I do not mean the evil mods you are able to install, as those deserve a video of their own. I am talking about the ones the vanilla game lets you do. Besides the well-known ones, like joining the Dark Brotherhood or the Thieves Guild, there are deeds which few players know about. So in this video, we will be exploring 9 evil things you didn't know you could do in Skyrim. But before we begin, a guard wants a word with you.
You have committed crime against Skyrim and her people. Why haven't you subscribed to Pixel Party yet?
One of the first missions you encounter is the famous love triangle between Sven, Faendal, and Camilla. The two men have developed an immature rivalry regarding their mutual affection for Camilla, and the Dragonborn must step in and resolve things. Their plan of forging letters to make the other look bad to Camilla is pathetic if you ask me, but most players argue that Faendal is the best choice for the player, as he is a skilled archer who can put his talents to good use in combat, especially when he has the opportunity to keep his distance. He also has a level cap of 30, which, while not phenomenal, will keep him relevant a good while longer than Sven. Sven is a bard, and all of his combat and armor skills are very low, making him rather incompetent with any fighting style. Considering that a follower's main role in Skyrim is to assist in combat, that puts him off to a bad start. In addition, he has an extremely low level cap of 20, the lowest in the game, so he will stop leveling up and increasing his stats far before the Dragonborn does. It is evil enough if you side with one of the two, but why not go the extra mile by shattering the bro code, side with one of the two, then steal Camilla for yourself? Not many players do this, and after you do it, Faendal will come and visit Camilla occasionally and may attack you. Skyrim allows you to adopt certain children in the game, the ones that are orphans, of course, as the others have parents that care for them and offer them food, shelter, and love. But God forbid something happened to the parents, the kid in question will be sent to the orphanage and be put up for adoption, allowing you to become his new parent. You heard that right. You can adopt the children you made orphans in the first place. If you knew that you could do this thing in Skyrim, then good. If you actually did it, then what the fuck is wrong with you? Just joking. I am sure you had your reasons. Maybe you can offer the child a better life than his parents ever can. After all, you are the Dragonborn. Or you are aspiring to organize an army of castrated Spartans to take on Alduin and save the world. Whatever the case, I won't judge. Joining the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim is not exactly the noblest thing you can do, but times are tough. The questline offers you a good amount of gold and XP, and all you have to do is eliminate your targets. But there is one quest in which you have the option of being more evil for extra coin than is necessary to complete the mission. Astrid will send you to meet a woman named Muiri in Markarth. Muiri performed the Black Sacrament to get revenge on a man that has wronged her. Muiri, who lived in Windhelm, had a lover named Alain Dufont. She was also friends with the Shattershields, the most influential clan in the city. Now, a few weeks into their relationship, Alain broke into the house of Clan Shattershield with a group of bandits, stole thousands of septims, and disappeared. He did not really love Muiri. He only used her to make robbing the Shattershields easier. He shattered her heart. The clan blamed Muiri and shamed her relentlessly. She fled Windhelm and went to Markarth. Now, what can one do in her situation to alleviate her pain?
Vengeance.
Muiri hopped on the dark web to hire a hitman to kill Alain Dufont. However, since the internet connection in Markarth hasn't been fixed since the days of the Dwemer, she decided to perform the Black Sacrament. She succeeded in summoning you, and your main mission is to kill Alain, but she offers a side objective, which is to kill a young Shattershield member named Nelsine for some extra gold. Nelsine did nothing wrong, but Muiri wanted to exact vengeance on her old friends as well. Now Clan Shattershield went through a lot. One of the family's youngest girls was recently killed by a serial killer. So if you kill Nelsine, which you don't have to complete the mission, you would be adding to that suffering much, much more. Unfortunately, if you break into the Shattershield's house a few days later, you will find the body of the clan's matriarch and the girl's mother next to a note. Inside the note, she says that she can't handle the loss of two of her daughters, and she took her own life. Dark ending. Oh yes. However, it is up to you. If you manage to buy a home, marry a wife, and adopt children in Skyrim, then good for you. It may happen that one evening after a day of dragon slaying, you come home to see your child with an animal they found outside, and they ask you if they can keep it. They promise you that they will take care of it, and they will not burden you at all. Now you can be evil and tell your kid to put it outside. Or you can go the extra mile and do this.
Why did you do that?
If you kill your child's pet, they will get devastated and refuse to speak with you for a short period of time, but eventually they will cool off.
I'll never speak to you again.
I am sure you remember this mission. The mission where the parent-killing, girl-stealing prisoner gets a taste of the civilized life. You infiltrated a Thalmor party to investigate if the Thalmor know anything about the dragon attack in Helgen. We find in the end that they know nothing. But before we can investigate the Thalmor embassy, we were obligated to cause a distraction. There are many potential ways you could do that. One of the potential ways is to tell this man, Erica, that the Bosmer maid has a thing for him. He approaches her and gets rejected. Then he starts lashing out in a rage, causing a scene. No wonder the Thalmor hate humans. The link between humans and elves are in the hands of these high-value men, a drunk idiot, and a crying baby. Anyway, if you don't sneak out of the room and decide to stick around for a bit, you would find out that the host of the party arrests the poor servant and throws her into the dungeon. Later on in the quest, you will meet the poor girl in chains. Now you have the option to save her or do the Sigma move and leave her to her fate. The tragic tale of Naya. We can meet this character and decide her fate during the quest Old Friends in the Dragonborn DLC. In this mission, we're sent to track a Dunmer mage responsible for the recent outbreak of ash spawn on Solstheim and put an end to her schemes. She'll be holed up in the collapsed ruins of High Point Tower. As we fight our way through this dungeon, we can come across a small wing of the fortress with some prison cells. While most of the former occupants of these uncomfortable rooms clearly are dead, one prisoner is still alive, a red guard named Naya. She'll beg you to unlock her cell and let her go, explaining that she was put in here by the mage after promising to tell you everything she knows if you can help. Simply pick the door's lock or find a key, and the woman will keep her end of the bargain and tell you whatever she can. After that little monologue, she will begin to leave the fort, wishing you luck, appearing later at Raven Rock's Retching Netch Tavern. But what if on this particular day, you feel like a high-value man and you don't feel like you need any woman's approval? What can you say to this damsel in distress?
Fight! Fight!
One can just walk right past her and continue on their merry way with the quest, leaving the poor girl trapped. Lemkill can easily win the award for the most hated character in the game. I mean, his name is Lemkill. The developers want you to kill him. But what if you are not feeling like doing the world a favor? Well, you can help Lemkill out. If he happens to see you get into a fight inside the city, albeit with one of the other citizens or maybe some attacking bandits, it's possible later on you might get a letter from him. In it, the man will remark how impressed he was by you and proceed to eventually ask that you attack one of his children to teach them a lesson, promising you a small sum of gold if you agree. Reading this note will start a small miscellaneous quest in which you're tasked with fighting one of the kids. If you agree, you can eventually get paid for it, completing the quest. Yes, the game allows you to hit children, but not entirely on purpose. You see, every NPC in the game has a relationship setting with every other NPC. In most cases, two normal NPCs will be neutral towards each other, but there are a lot of exceptions. For instance, bandits seem to hate everyone but other bandits. Because according to the lore, Lemkill is set to dislike his kids. His relationship setting in-game reflects that. And according to the game's files, he has a negative disposition with both of his kids. Between any two characters that have a negative disposition towards each other, it's possible for these little interactions to occur where you receive a letter from one of them asking you to beat up on the other. It's not pre-scripted or anything. These are just randomly generated events and interactions that Bethesda included in the game to spice things up. And they just didn't seem to think of disabling this interaction between him and his daughters.
I shouldn't be here.
Giants do not welcome you if you come close to them, but they only wish to be left alone. Although they are primitive, they have an artistic side to them, which is apparent in the runes they carved into their skin. They are not so numerous, and one can argue that their numbers are shrinking. But if you don't agree that they are facing extinction, why not help in managing their numbers?
Just, do you see him? Duh. I mean, look at this guy. He is so much taller than anybody else. I mean, it's like, he's looking right at me. Right at me. I'm thinking, I'll make a good kill shot. You can get
Go to the
frontal
nearest
shot.
giant camp and destroy it. Not evil enough for you? Okay, then just northeast of Mistwatch Folly, you will find a giant mourning the loss of its mammoth. Now, even if you get close to him, he won't attack you, an easy kill for you indeed, but a heartless one. Skyrim is the first Elder Scrolls game that includes marriage, but the problem is that you can't divorce your spouse for any reason. For most players, this is not a problem, as after a day of adventure, you can go back home to a freshly cooked meal and to a spouse that loves you. One can't ask for more. Other players can face problems after their marriage. They can find out that Mjol's feet are too big, that Isolde was a drug dealer, or that Borgak is even uglier when she wakes up beside you. Plus, some unfortunate players may, after the wedding, discover the marrying Serana mods. You get what I mean? Things happen, and I won't judge. But the only way you can get rid of your spouse is by killing them. Now, this is really evil, I know. But what's even more evil is when you sacrifice your spouse in the quest Boethia's bidding. If this is too cruel for you, you can always choose other means. The lesser evil is making them disappear with console commands, giving them a painless death. But if you don't want your achievements disabled, you can always settle for the good old-fashioned Suplex City. And that is it, folks. I hope I did not upset your stomach with this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.